Hey guys, I'm here to review the NASB single column reference Bible, and it is in the Premier Collection goatskin. It is comfort print typeface, the center column reference. It is wide margin to a certain extent. Some may consider it wide margin, others may not. But truth be told, to each their own on that. And so this is a wonderful Bible, and one that I'm excited to review. And there have been two editions of this Bible, but very minor changes. Some prefer the second edition over the first edition, and we will go over that towards the end of this review. But this is by Zondervan or Harper Collins publishing company. And this is a beautiful, beautiful Bible. Here's the box that retails at $1.99.99, but you can get that many places and much cheaper. Again, this is the NASB. What I love about this is, as always, it is Smithsonian, and it is 36 GSM paper. If you know anything about paper quality, 36 GSM is the way to go. It does say that it is wide margins. It does have double-sided satin ribbons, and they are beautiful ribbons. You can see them right here, two black, one red. And then the font is 10.5 font, and the comfort print typeface. Beautiful, beautiful Bible. I have had this for about 2 months and just wanted to use it for a while before I end up doing a review. But it is goatskin, and if you can see this, it is lined with this gold edge lining, and it is beautiful. When you open up this Bible and you are just sitting here on the table reading it, you are looking at just the layouts, and it just lays completely flat. It looks so eloquent. The gold edge lining is just the cherry on top, in my opinion, on this Bible. Now, what you will see different in my edition as that are not in other editions is that I have made some changes of my own to this. It is red under gold, but the red under gold that it comes with is not as dark as mine is. I've actually taken some ink and I have painted on to make it darker, because I prefer the darker red on my red under gold. And so it wasn't quite dark enough for my personal desire, so I took it upon myself to make it a darker red. And you can do that. You can find all different kinds of ink on Amazon. You can get a certain sponge tool that you can use, or you can just use a paper towel. And there are plenty of videos out there. One specifically is by David Lee Brown. If you look him up, he is the one who helped me with adding darker color to red under gold. Or if your Bible only has gold but is not a color under the gold, you can put different kinds of colors: blue, purple, pink, whatever floats your boat with that. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of this Bible. The way it feels, so soft. It's a glossy kind of goatskin. The grain is not very detailed, and you can just see it is such a soft goatskin. You can the Holy Bible, the New King James, or I'm sorry, excuse me, NASB, NASB. It just pops out perfectly on this black goatskin. It does have the raised spines, 5 raised spines, and so it just makes the Bible pop out so beautifully. So let's get into what the text actually looks like. I will show you later as well how the Bible and what it looks like with writing and highlighting, and the 36 GSM, guys, is so good. So I hope that you consider getting this Bible or one similar with 36 GSM paper. So here's the typeface. Again, the comfort print, it is this wide margin, but it is just barely an inch. Just barely an inch. So you may not call this wide margin. As you can tell, you do not have an extreme amount of space to take notes, but comparative to other Bibles, you do. The gutter space is, in this edition, is what is different than the first edition. If you go to the front of the Bible, my wife got this for me on Valentine's Day. If you go to the front and you're wondering what printing this is, and that is what I mean by edition, you see that this was printed in 2020. But if you look on the right-hand side, you see what printing this is, and this is the second printing. The first printing, the goat skin was a little bit different. It had more grain to it. It felt thicker, but this is a higher quality goat skin than the first printing, because I have both copies of the first printing and the second printing. But the biggest change that people desire to see was the gutter. The gutter in the first printing was closer, that the words were closer into the gutter. But then they, what they did instead is they took away, this is the pros and cons. The pros is you get an extra gutter space, but the con is that you actually lost a little bit, just a little bit, probably just a couple centimeters, but just a little bit of wide margin space. So again, if that doesn't do it for you, and you would rather have the first edition, then go for the first printing. But if you do not want to have to stretch your gutter out to read into here, then I would encourage you to try to get the second printing. What has been very confusing though, just to give you a heads up, this may change later on after this video is posted and shared for some time, but currently as it stands, it is difficult to figure out, are you buying the first printing or the second printing? And so I was just lucky enough to get the first printing the second time around, grabbing this Bible, and I got this directly from Zondervan. So if you go to Zondervan's website and you buy it from them directly, you'll pay a little bit more, but you will for sure get the second printing. Amazon sells this Bible, Christian Book sells this Bible, but neither one of them can currently guarantee that you are getting the second printing. However, in my personal opinion, this is a beautiful Bible and a high quality Bible, especially for the price. I think this is giving Skylar, this is giving R.L. Allen, this is giving even Cambridge, and I'm a personal Cambridge fan, but these Premier Collection Bibles are giving them a run for their money. So now let's look at how this does with writing. I personally use Sharpie pens, not Sharpie markers, Sharpie pens, and then I use Sharpie highlighters for the most part. And here's a little bit of underlining I've done here in Numbers in my quiet time. And as you can see, there's little to no ghosting and no shadowing with or bleed through, excuse me, with this pen. Just a little bit, but it's truly the lighting that I have behind me that is showing it up. If you were just in natural lighting, you will not see your marks. And this is with a Sharpie pen. What you would think would bleed through is not bleeding through as you would expect. Again, 36 GSM paper, high quality stuff. Now, let me find a point where I have highlighted. Here we go. This is in Leviticus 22. And this is again with a Sharpie highlighter. Very little bleed through, if any at all. Very little bleed through. Here's another point where I highlighted. If you look on this side, again, you cannot even tell that I highlighted on the other page. So beautiful Bible. I hope that you consider getting this. One final point that I would like to just discuss is that this is the one knock that a lot of people have with this particular Zondervan single column NASB Bible, and it is that the footnotes is not as exhaustive as other NASB Bibles. They do not have the textual notes here. It is just the cross references. There are a few times, and I'd really mean a few handful times when they have the textual notes here. But for the most part, the references are very slim. So if that is not something that is up your alley and you want something that is full of references and you don't really care about the wide margins or even the text block, then this Bible may not be for you. However, if it doesn't matter to you about the references and the textual notes, then I encourage you, this Bible is top notch. And there are few Bibles, in my opinion, that can even compete with this Bible. In the back, you do have some paper, several pages where you can take notes or write different things in here. The concordance is, of course, as always, a good concordance with NASB and Zondervan. Again, not quite as exhaustive as some may prefer, but for me, that is not a deal breaker at all. And then you do have the maps in the back, basic Bible maps. Don't want to take up too much time going over those. And then it is edge-lined, so then you will have this connection here that keeps the quality of the Bible and lasting longer with the cover connecting into the pages. It is the calf skin in here under the goat skin, which just makes it last longer. What's kind of weird, you don't see this often, just to point out while I see it, is you have the ISBN number right here. Very weird. Don't know why they did that. On the leather soft edition, they actually put the ISBN on the back outside the Bible. It really sticks out like a sore thumb. I didn't like that, but it's really not a big deal. Just I have to laugh at that. Just random. I think that's just very random. Of course, you did see in the beginning as well that goat skin leather cover, just to prove the point that this is a beautiful, beautiful Bible. And so if you are an NASB fan, if you are a single column fan of high quality Bibles, for the price point, you can get this from between $120 to about $180. This Bible for the price point is well worth it. They do have the leather soft. It does have the same paper. It also is red under gold, but you are missing the premium quality of this goat skin. And I think this goat skin cover is one of the nicest that I own, and I own several premium Bibles. And so I encourage you, take a look at this Bible. I hope you enjoyed this video. Click subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time.